Hey guys, how you doing? Here to talk about Perry Nicholson's awesome rail system. Rail stands for Release, Activate, Integrate, Locomote. Okay, so this is one of those things when you start to think, oh, you know, well, something's not working properly, I'm just going to mobilize. Mobilizing on its own, just doing release work, isn't probably going to fix all of your issues. You're going to have to reintegrate it back into the body and fix the faulty movement pattern. Now, in my last article, I talked about how I use this for my ITB. So at the end of last week, I was starting to suffer from a little bit of sort of top outside edge of knee pain. That's a really big symptom of ITB issues coming up. So it wasn't yet painful, it was just kind of like a warning sign on the dashboard. So I stopped cycling. Cycling's really a big culprit for a lot of endurance athletes. The slightest little problem in your foot position, the way you're sitting on the bike, multiplied by how many revolutions you do per minute over a 3 or 4 hour ride, can really add up to a lot of problems in a very short period of time. So came home, jumped off my bike, did some release work. Now, normally people suffer from ITB issues, they go for one of these. I gotta say, for me, this made no difference. So every time I did something, I jumped up and tested it straight away by walking around to see if the pain was still there or if it had improved. And actually the foam roller did almost nothing for me. What made the most difference was one of these. Now, we don't really play lacrosse very much in Australia, so this is just a small hard ball. What I did, stuck it in the glute, so right in glute med, worked around to where the problem spot was, hooked myself on stretch at the same time. So this is important. The glute does extension, external rotation, and abduction all at the same time. So here I've got a little bit of flexion, a little bit of internal rotation, and a little bit of adduction to get myself in the right position. So now I'm just going to hang out in the spot where it's the most painful. So I do this for a little while. Once I change the tone of the muscle, I'm actually going to do some passive stretching for it. So passive stretching is a great way to further release it. So I can do pigeon. Again, pigeon's probably my favorite way to get release in the glute, because again, I've got a little bit of flexion, a little bit of internal rotation, a little bit of adduction to allow me to get into the hip properly. The process here, I'd spend 30 seconds, 60 seconds, like a decent amount of time here. So this is the start of the release work, because there's another phase to it, and this is where everyone goes wrong. So once I start to get here, I'm going to bring my leg back across here, and I'm going to do some, I get myself into pigeon stretch. I'm actually going to push my foot into the floor, so I'm going to work myself into that position. So you'll see as I push my foot into the floor, my knee comes up. I'm not lifting my knee up, I'm pushing my foot into the floor to allow the knee to come up. I'm going to do 10 reps here. So, I've done the release work. Now I need to do something to activate it. I'm going to pick an exercise that allows me to get extension, rotation, abduction. This is a new favorite of mine, shown to me by a buddy in the UK, James Dunn, who runs a running company called Kinetic Revolution. You should check him out. So lying down here, head on hands, dorsiflex on the leg you're going to work with. I'm going to extend my leg, externally rotate, abduct as much as possible, come back in, release. So I'm going to do sets of 5 to 10 of these, extend, rotate, abduct, and back in. Make sure everything's working properly. Work on using the glute, not the lower back, to do all this for me. And then one more, extend, rotate, abduct, and back in. Alright, so we've done release, use the ball, passive stretch, then we did some active kind of P&F work for it. Activation drill with extend, rotate, abduct. Now, the next step, single leg deadlift. And if you don't know how to single leg deadlift, see our video on how to single leg deadlift. We've got a whole video on the single leg deadlift. So I would do 3 to 5 reps here, depending on how much weight I put in my hand. So here's my 5th rep. And then finally, I'm going to test this with a locomotion pattern. Release, activate, integrate, that's what the single leg deadlift is. Locomote, we have to tie it back to walking and running because that's our final functional pattern to make sure everything's working properly. So I won't do it here, but you need to now go have a walk around or have a little run to make sure everything's working properly. For results for me, I did this 3 times a day for 2 days, pain completely gone. So I've gone back to, I took 2 days off riding and running and have gone back to full training within 3 days. The important things is don't wait till it becomes painful, pay attention to the early warning signs and start treating it straight away. Release, activate, integrate, locomote. That's how I dealt with my ITB pain in 2 days, not being crippled by it for a long, long time. Give it a try, good luck.